channel, Yeti's Cuisine with a Twist. Today on the menu we have moi moi. Moi moi, it's a Nigerian delicacy. Some people have it as a snack, some people have it as a whole meal. In whichever way you want to have it, you can. And I'm gonna show you the ingredients we're gonna use today for making moi moi. I'm trying to make it as simple for anybody out there to be able to make this. It's a very nice meal that you can always have in your home. All right, so let's get cracking. See you soon, guys. So guys, these are the ingredients we're going to be using today. This is the main ingredients. This is beans. It's been washed, all the skin peeled off. We'll have bell peppers. I have 2 red bell peppers here. This beans is 2 pounds of beans. Then I have 2 medium-sized onions, and I'm going to use 3 habanero peppers. This is really hot. If you don't have tolerance for spicy food, I would advise you reduce the number of habanero pepper you're going to use. But for this and for my tolerance, it's okay to use 3 habanero pepper. Then I'm also going to be using mackerel fish. I'm using 2 medium-sized mackerel fish. This is peanut oil, and I have about 1.5 cup of peanut oil. Then I have 1 teaspoon of salt. Then we're going to be using eggs also. These eggs, we're going to boil them. Then I have some chicken powder. I have 2 tablespoons of chicken powder. I have curry powder. I have 1 spoon of curry powder. I have ground garlic. I have 1 spoon of garlic. And onion powder, we have 1 spoon also. And I know you'll be wondering what this is. Well, this is, after blending the beans, this is where we're going to put the batter, as you can see. So you can also use these, they are okay also, but with this it takes up a whole lot of space and I might not be able to fit in the quantity I want into a pot. So I'm gonna get to blending these beans, and we're gonna come back and steaming the fish, boiling the egg, and I'll show you what it all comes to. All right guys, we'll be back. It's time to blend this up. Soaked this overnight to get it soft, so I still have some water in it. I don't want to get the water in right now, so we don't have, so that the blender can blend it up real good before we add any water, so we know the quantity of water we want. You don't want to blend this watery, you want to blend it thick, then add liquid to your specification for the texture you want. So we're just going to blend this a little bit thick, then we'll start to add up oil, and if you have like chicken stock or chicken that you have cooked, the liquid from the chicken that you have at home. Right now I don't have any of that. I would have added it to the moi moi. It gives it an extra taste to it, but we're gonna settle for the chicken powder and all our other spices to give it the taste we want. I'm not filling this up too much, so I'm just going to add a little water so that my blender can move. Let's look at it. I'm sure we should have that smoothness now. one more time. Let's let it run one more time, and we should have the smoothness that we want from this batter. You can even see it through. You can see the difference. Now you can see how smooth it looks even from through the blender cup. So you see, let me show you what this looks like. You can see how smooth looking it is. Yes. So now we're going to turn it into a bowl, and we're going to blend the remaining of this. This is where we're going to do all the mixing into this bowl. Okay, I'll be back when I'm done blending this all up. Alright guys, so the beans is all blended up. Now we're going to start adding all the stuff we want to jazz this moi moi up with. One very important thing I would like everyone to know is whatever you put in moi moi needs to be warm. Do not put cold stuff into it. Make sure it's warm. Like the oil, I had to heat it up, so this oil is hot now. I'm not gonna turn all in at once, so that the right texture I want it to be. So I put in some oil. Now I'm gonna put some salt. I have 1 tablespoon of salt here, but let me do a teaspoon and a half right now, because I still have chicken powder, which is a bit salty, to go into it. So we're gonna put all those in now. Right now I'm putting in my onion powder, then my garlic powder, and this is our curry powder. Then for the chicken powder, I have 2 tablespoons here, but we're just going to use, let's say, 2/3 of that for now. Then we're going to taste and see and check for the level of salt. So let's mix that all up. When you are making moi moi, you try as much as possible to make the batter a little bit runny, but not overly runny, you know, not all watered up, or else it won't come together. But you want it to be a little bit light, not on the heavy side. When it's too heavy, it becomes too dense. When your batter is heavy, it becomes the moi moi that comes out at the end of the day becomes too dense. So for you to have that smooth texture to your moi moi, you need to let the batter be a little bit runny. So let me test this batter for salt. Okay, I'm just going to add a little more salt. Remember, it's better you put in little, because if you put everything in, you can't take it out. It's easy. So I'm just gonna mix that all up, and I have some warm water also on the side that I'm going to use in mixing it. Now this is my warm water here. I'm going to put it in and mix it. to get the right texture that I want. This is the main part, getting it right here. If you don't get it right, it's either going to be too dense or way too light, and it won't come together when it's too runny. So I'm going to add a little more water, and you have to have enough oil to make this come together. The oil also helps in getting the moi moi into the right form. So I'm going to add my remaining oil. Remember, we used 1.5 cups of oil for this. I'm going to mix it in. Growing up, moi moi was one thing I really enjoyed making. My mom actually taught me how to make moi moi. She taught me the tricks. It was always fun. We used to have these little cups, these aluminium cups that we use in making moi moi. So you will put oil in one cup, roll it all around, turn it into the other one. You know, it used to be fun. It was like a Saturday dish. You wake up in the morning, go blend. Would have washed the beans. You know, just as I said before, washing of beans was one fun part for me in making moi moi. And we'll wash the beans, go grind it, and stay with my mom, help her. She'll tell us about the mixing. This is what you need to do. And you know, up to now, she still likes making moi moi. She doesn't really like buying moi moi. She would rather make it at home herself. She makes good moi moi and good akara. I'm gonna make akara also one of these days. I bet a lot of people would want to see an akara recipe also. Well, so we've got the oil mixing up. Let's see if our batter is so runny. I think I'll just add a little more water to this, just a little more, because I really do not like a dense moi moi. I don't know if there are people that prefer their moi moi dense, you know, different stroke for different folks. So, but I actually prefer my moi moi light, not dense. So this is the fish. I steamed it up, deboned it, make sure that I took out all the bones from the fish. Some people like to put the fish into each bag or each plate when they make it, but I like to turn it all in. That's why I always make sure I have enough, so that for every spoon you take, you should have something going with it, you know. So you don't need to wait for the middle or one special place to find something in your moi moi. No, you're going to have it at all times. It just goes with it. So I'm mixing up this fish into it. This is a whole lot of moi moi. I don't know why I'm making this quantity, but well, I enjoy making moi moi. So I boiled a total of 12 eggs and cut them up. I'm also going to dump it in. I don't want to single it out into different bags that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to turn in everything and mix it all up also. Remember, when you're boiling your fish, make sure you salt it, or else it's not going to give it won't be tasty inside the moi moi. You want it to be tasty, so always salt. I only use salt in boiling the fish, nothing else, just salt. So now that is done, before we start bagging this moi moi up, I'm gonna set up the pots that we're gonna use in cooking it. I need to start boiling the water so that the water is already boiling by the time we put the moi moi in. So when I'm making moi moi, I like to put something at the base of the pot. Reason being that for your moi moi you need steam to cook it, not the water. Actually, you don't need it to be in the water. It's the steam that actually cooks your moi moi. So you don't want them sitting in the water. So as you can see, the water is at the bottom of the cover, this smaller cover of pot that I have in this big pot. So by the time I put the moi moi in, it's all going to be sitting in here, and the steam gets to cook it up and not the water. I'm not going to sit the moi moi in the water. So we're going to leave this on. I put it on medium high for it to start boiling. So now let's go back up the moi moi. Just going to open this up. Just going to bend this to the side. Close it up real good so we don't have it spilling out. Okay. And there you go. Okay guys, we're all done. Now this is ready for the steam. So we're gonna put this in the pot and give it some time to cook, and we're gonna check it and have our beautiful moi moi all done. All right guys, let's get this into the pot. Okay guys, as you can see, the water is all boiling, so we're just gonna put this moi moi in here. So just try to settle them. Oh, okay, that one just wants to lay down. You can enjoy. Let's get them in. As I said earlier on, it's all about the steam when it comes to moi moi. We want it, we want it all steamed up. So I'm just gonna get it. Okay, so we're gonna cover this up and let's see. We'll come back in 30 to 40 minutes time to check on it and see how it's doing. All right guys, I'll see you guys in the video. Whoa guys, that was an amazing meal. That moi moi was the bomb, you know, with Yeti everything is always on point. Well, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you click on the notification button so you always know when I have a new video uploaded. Guys, thank you. Subscribe. Don't forget. Love you all out there. Stay blessed till we upload a new video.